All of our rock art is under threat. It's constantly weathering away, but today it faces new forces: industrial development, housing developments, vandalism, graffiti, the effects of climate change.
I'm concerned about what's happening to Australia's rock art because from very early in my life, about the age of 9, I think, I was made aware of this part of our sort of cultural heritage.
I find it incredible that we don't have a top 20 or top 100 listing of sites. Certainly I could contribute to that. The government tried to come up with something like that a few years ago and put it in the too hard basket. It's not too hard. We can do that. And then we can go out and record these top 100 sites in intricate detail. We can do laser scans, produce 3D replicas, so if something does happen to them, at least we have those records for future generations.
It is truly extraordinary that we don't have a national register. I was involved with the establishment of the Australian National Museum and the establishment of the first ever Gallery of First Australians. And I would have thought that given that background, that knowledge, that understanding of our heritage in this area, that there would be a register. But there isn't, and we must have one.
Many of these places are very special for contemporary Aboriginal people today, not only because they're spiritual places, but because they record their history. At many sites, Aboriginal elders say these are our history books. Really big sites are our libraries. They tell of individual and group experience through periods of climate change, a period of global warming a few thousand years ago. They're like scientific documents as well as aesthetically powerful works of art.
Unless we establish this register, we will lose this information forever.
There are thousands of sites from the past 10,000 years, a few from further back, and fragments that have been dated to as much as 39,000 years ago. This is an extensive legacy, one of the best on the planet.
The message is that they should immediately fund this initiative. It's very inexpensive and it's essential for us as Australians, and it's essential that we preserve this for World Heritage.
Many people just aren't aware how important and valuable this heritage is.
I believe that that business in this country and the philanthropists in this country should bring their attention immediately to this need for a national register of Australian rock art.
We now have the infrastructure in place at 3 universities, Griffith University in Queensland, the ANU in Canberra, and UWA in Perth. We can set up a national institute in cooperation with Aboriginal communities and government if people get up and contribute to this really important campaign.
I'm quite sure that we don't value our Indigenous heritage enough. If we did, then there would long ago have been a register of this incredible record of the oldest continuous cultural tradition on the planet.
If we don't have a coordinated approach to the research, documentation, conservation and management of rock art, everything will be ad hoc, and the pace of destruction and loss will increase rather than decrease.
If we don't do something, then we will lose this record of this oldest culture on the planet, and we will be much poorer for that. We will lose an understanding not only of this cultural tradition, but an understanding of humankind.